So yeah, guys, here we are, 6 p.m. By the way, just a quick update on my on my head. I just wanted to shave them. Anyways, so yeah, here it is, Malphite. So let's see. Let me take my headphones real quick. So yeah, let's open up this one.
I am Malphite.
Malphite surmounts any obstacle. Okay, so 7 mana tough, 6/10. You have summoned 12 plus mana of landmarks. Ooh, I see. So like a lot of other streamers, including myself, have been theorizing that it was more about the countdown of the landmarks, or that Malphite was a landmark itself. So it isn't. But yeah, so let's take more of a look.
Twice as strong. Good memory chip.
Ground Slam, 4 mana, fast speed, still in Targon. Stun a unit, deal 3 to it if you have summoned a landmark this game. That's pretty strong, guys. That's very, very strong, actually. So, like, yeah, more and more of a landmark synergy, and actually this card is very, very strong. Like, really. Like, for example, not only this is a 4 mana deal 3, if you have summon a landmark, of course, but given that in a landmark deck you probably have done that. So yeah, it's a 4 mana deal 3, which is like gotcha. And gotcha is not terrible, like having the ability, especially on Targon. This is probably the first time that we're seeing a deal damage in Targon. So that's very important, because control decks want to do that, and now this is a control tool for Targon. But not only that, like occasionally the stun a unit, it's also very important, because if you can't complete that trade, if you can't immediately kill that unit that you want to kill, maybe it's a big unit like, I don't know, a Citria or a Darius, for example, you can still stun it and deal on top of that 3 damage to it, so that you can later on finish up the trade. So yeah, this card seems very, very good. Like, not completely bonkers, like if it was 3 mana, of course, it was even much better. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was 3 mana, because the deal 3 is situational, it's only for landmark decks. And yeah, it could have been definitely 3 mana. And on top of that, you got that additional effect. But yeah, still, it's fine, I guess. This card seems solid. So like, yeah, as you can see, you can use it both to deal damage and to stun it. And also, this is so interesting, because if you're removing a 3 health unit, your opponent doesn't really want to buff it, for example, to like a Pell Cascade. In that situation, I would probably use a Pell Cascade if I had to. But then, like, you remember that this unit would be stunned anyways. So, like, you have just to consider, do I want really to save that unit, or do I want to push that additional damage? So yeah, that's very important. That's very important. I'm so excited to see the level up. What he's going to do. Oh, guys. The earthquake. So yeah, when I'm summoned or level up, or round start, I see. If you have the attack token, create an unstoppable force in hand. That's very interesting that it is when I'm summoned or level up or round start. And if you have the attack token. Wow, if you have the attack token. So, like, what if you have always the attack token? For example, a Garen. Could a Garen Malphite be viable? We have to see what is unstoppable force, first of all. And he's tough. So, like, it could be possible to have a Demacia with Tufts. Okay, Seed of Strength. We saw that already. What is the unstoppable force? Let me see the unstoppable force. And there it is. Unstoppable force. Stun all enemies. Guys, that's crazy. That's crazy strong, guys. That's insane, guys. Like, imagine with Garen, you can always stun all enemies. If you have the attack token. So, like, maybe... Like, yeah, Demacia definitely seems very fitting for Malphite as well. Like, imagine Malphite Galio when he comes out. But yeah, like, for now, you can Relentless Pursuit even if you don't want to go for Garen. Relentless Pursuit. But then that has to happen at round start. So, yeah, we'll have to see if Garen works, actually, with Malphite. Because... probably yes, because Garen is at round start. Probably if Garen is before Malphite in the bench, then it could actually work, in my opinion. This is definitely very strong. That's crazy strong, actually. A stunning show of strength.
Landslide.
Cioè, there is this stun synergy also going on. So, like, I was thinking about Yasuo. Maybe Yasuo stun Malphite. But then you have also to go for a landmark for that. But yeah, definitely a stun synergy for Malphite. And Yasuo completely killing everything every turn. Not really every turn, but every other turn. Thanks to Malphite. So, like, yeah, that's also very interesting. Could finally Yasuo find a home? Because, yeah, what it was lacking, it was a consistent way for Yasuo to clear the board. Like, it was mostly paired with Noxus, because it had roaring strength, something like that. The 5 mana stun all enemies with 5 or less, for less than 5 attack, if I remember correctly. Dominance, something like that, some dominance. So yeah, but that was only when you draw it. And you have to have a Yasuo on board. Instead, like with a Malphite, if you have Malphite already on the board, then it is constantly generates you that, and so that the Yasuo on the late game is actually bonkers, because not only you can stop, you can remove all the defenders in terms of like they can't block this turn because you're stunning them, or you actually kill them because there is Yasuo on the board, which can kill all of them. Yeah, guys, like, the more I think about it, currently Yasuo also has a finisher, which is the 2 mana, 1/3, the Fey Blade Twirler. This is also a finisher. Like, imagine that you stun their board, like you stun 3 of them, for example, and you play the Fey Blade Twirler on the same turn, and already the Fey Blade Twirler is at 7 attacking unit, 7 attack unit, which is attacking for only 3 units. Imagine if you had that on previous turns, or if you do that more than 1 turn. So, like, yeah, you have that thing that is going in. You can't really block it because you stunned everything. If you stun, then they summon a blocker, so like they have to block the favorite Blade Twirler with that unit that they've played, but then the Yasuo and the Malphite are still getting in. So, like, yeah, I could definitely see a mid-rangey, which could scale well into the late game for Yasuo and Malphite as well. So, like, yeah, currently the best synergy that I see with Malphite are with Demacia on Garen, for example. Obviously Talia, that could also work. Probably I have less hopes about that, but yeah, definitely we had some more stun support on Targon itself. Like, we have the Cloven Way, so like Yasuo stun into Targon was already a thing. After Malphite, it probably is even better. You have to take into consideration the fact that you have to summon. What it was, like, it was summon? Summon, or have you spent mana? Sorry, guys. Where is Malphite? Here it is. Malphite. So, like, what it was? Not that was Ground Slam. Where is Malphite, guys? Where is Malphite, guys? Probably before. Okay, here it is. Yeah, at the start, of course. You have summoned 12 plus mana of landmarks. This is very important, guys. You have summoned, not you have spent. So, like, for example, I don't remember how much mana it was, for example, the thing that summons from the Rock Hopper. We know that the 2 mana, 2/3, which summons the 2 mana landmark stuff, which gives you a mana back, it's 2 mana. So, like, already you can just summon landmarks without even playing landmarks. And this is very important again, guys. Because, for example, you can't go into Rock Hopper if you want to go into Yasuo, as I was saying, but you can go into I can't remember the name of a card that was released yesterday, but the 2 mana, 2/3, which summons the landmark that gives you mana, obviously, and that's already 2 mana. So, like, you can play all those units that summon landmarks, for example. We will have to see if there is more synergy on that, without even playing landmarks, really. Because, of course, if you go into Ionia, the only landmark that Ionia has is basically useless. It is not even in the game. It is so useless that it could even not be printed and nobody would care. But yeah, so that you have to rely on the landmarks on Targon. And currently there are not so many, and they're not so strong. They don't cost so much mana. So, like, you have more to rely about, summoning, actually, the landmarks, rather than playing the landmarks, which is kind of interesting. Like, they went into that wait for Malphite. But yeah, anyways, so let's finish the thing. So yeah, you can stun, as I was saying. So more synergy for Yasuo. So let's see if we see more cards into the video. No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's see instead if on Mobalytics we have some more cards. So let me grab that real quick. So like, yeah, on Mobalytics, where it is, new cards, explore new cards. And there they are. Let's see if we got something more. Yes, we did. So there is Shaken Ground. Okay, this is the ability of what? Deal 4 to... Ah, okay, so this is the ability of a Soundbreaker. Yeah, we didn't see that. Soundbreaker play, if you've summoned 4+ landmark this game, deal 4 to an enemy and 2 to the enemy nexus. That's interesting because they are going for these also dealing damage to the enemy nexus. This is also very important. This is more of a support to a mid-range landmark deck, which actually wants to deal damage to the nexus as well. So that we know that it is consistently burning them out, it seems. This seems very strong, honestly, guys. Like, imagine that you're playing 6 mana for, you know, dealing 4 to something, and also, this is like decimate, guys. Like, honestly. Of course, it is less damage. Deal 4 to an enemy and 2. Like, you don't even have to deal the 4 damage to the enemy, so, like, if... this also works on champions. So, like, yeah, this is a crazy removal spell. Like, this could definitely be a spell. Yeah, definitely. Like, you play it at fast speed and you summon a 6/4, which... This card is bonkers, guys. Like, imagine if a 6 mana spell dealt 4, 2 to the enemy nexus, and also summoned a 6/4. This unit is broken. Of course, you have to activate you have summon 4+ landmarks, which is not even that crazy to do on turn 6. This is a crazy tempo swing on turn 6. This card alone probably is what makes landmarks deck good. And, like, the curve is crazy, guys. Like, on the first 4 turns, you have to summon 4+ landmarks. So, like, the only considered way to do so is the 1 mana predicted, what it was, Ancient Preparations. You go for Ancient Preparations, turn Rock Hopper, or the 2 mana, 2/3, the Blue Sentinel. The Blue Sentinel. You go for the Blue Sentinel. Turn 3, you go for Unraveled Earth to go crazy all in into the summon 4+ landmarks. And then on turn 5, you play Thalia, which is not yet flipped, but it will be soon after. Then on turn 6, you go for Stonebreaker. Turn 7, you go for Malphite. Yeah, that seems pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And if you do all of that, like, let's see if we have... where is the Rock Hopper? Let me check how much mana the thing that summons from the Rock Hopper. The Rolling Sands. Where is the Rolling Sands? The Rolling Sands is 2 mana, guys. 2 mana. Like, you do all of that I said, you summon 6/8 mana on landmarks. So you need to play 1 more landmark, which is a bit bigger, which is very interesting. So, like, if you go into Thalia Malphite, this is definitely a combo. What other landmarks would you summon? That's pretty interesting. But yeah, so guys, I think that we'll cut it here because we enter more into a theory crafting style of video, which is not. This is a reveal, a reaction. And so yeah, guys, if you like this type of content, a master tier player doing deck guides or a reveal season like these, talking about the cards, and also like we will do a bit of a theory crafting probably on stream. I don't know, or just on the Discord server. Which, by the way, all the links down below on the Discord server, the Patreon if you want to support me, and yeah. Twitch, even though I'm a bit, you know, confused about what I want to go on Twitch right now. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Hope you liked it and find it useful, and as always, see ya.